Another scary movie? Come on, can we think a little bit here? Can we use our imagination? There's no way we've ran out of ideas. There's no fucking way, dude. Then we got you right there, hook, line, and sinker. You are literally stuck in a box of what is, because you can't think about what could be. The populace doesn't read, the elites aren't reading, the elites come out with garbage, and the populace goes, oh, I remember that from the 80s. Just a quick follow-up to some of the things that I was talking about in my last video about reading and how it's seemingly being phased out. I put a little cliff note, and you'll see it, I'll show on the screen. I put a little cliff note at the bottom in the comment section of that video because there was actually some more things I was thinking about in terms of reading. And how reading it's an interesting technology that we've kind of developed to kind of just easily codify communication through time, right? It's a way for a person, instead of having to be somewhere all the time to tell you over and over again what's actually happening or what you need to be doing, I can just write it down and just post it somewhere and you'll do that. Or, you know, or not, you won't do it, but you'll be able to get the message. You'll be able to get the literal message from me. And one of the things I was thinking about was that if reading becomes phased out, one of the things I felt that is going to be an issue in the future is the imagination. And the fact that we are able to have anything other than what we can see is due to our imagination, being able to imagine something more than what's right in front of us. And when you are writing something, if you think about it, you know, if I write the word big, bushy, green tree down on a piece of paper and I hand it to you and you read it, there's this process going on in your mind of you, in your mind's eye, kind of trying to picture and understand and create, right, what I am trying to tell you in your mind. There's this kind of process, there's work involved. But if you just show, you know, if I just cut out all that shit and I just say, here's the tree I'm talking about, you see instantly, oh, it's an oak, it's dark green, you know, or it's a redwood, whatever the hell. Like, you instantly see what it is, and there's no imagination, there's no process, there's no work involved in the other person's mind. So I think that this can be a detriment to society because, you know, somebody once said to me a while ago that the best way to control a population is not through controlling information. It's not through controlling, you know, the people themselves. All this stuff is too costly and too hard. The best way to control a population is through their imagination. Because if you can't ever think or picture a reality that could be, right, which is what your imagination is doing, then we got you right there, hook, line, and sinker. You are literally stuck in a box of what is, because you can't think about what could be. And in some sense, I think, you know, the future, if it is largely just picture based and video based, then there really will be, you know, there might be people here and there who are pushing interesting new things, but that's going to be a small select people, right? But then the people receiving those interesting things, they're just going to know what these people are giving you. They're not going to be able to take an interesting, you know, phrase or words that somebody's writing and imagine something completely new with it. They're going to just see what the person wants you to see. The big bushy green tree, right? So in a lot of ways, you know, I felt like I kind of in the last video downplayed how much reading is important to people. And I will say I do still agree that I think gaining information, just raw data in video is far superior. I mean, you can just get everything right there. You can get all the arguments, you can get all the information just at you instantly. Whereas reading, you have to go through and do the whole process and whatnot. But for imagination, I absolutely believe that reading is crucial, because I think that what we will see is that there's gonna be no more interesting advancements in technology or art or literature or any of that shit. And in some sense, I said this in the video, in some sense, we kind of already seen that. There's how many movies nowadays are just a redone of something that came out? I saw they're gonna do a Scary Movie 6 now. Another scary movie? Come on, can we think a little bit here? Can we use our imagination? There's no way we've ran out of ideas. There's no fucking way, dude. And we're gonna just rehash the same shit. I can't tell if that's because they know it's gonna make money, And so they're, why not? Or is that really because they have no fucking ideas? I think there's a lot of stuff in society that's just stuck. We're redoing the same things over and over and over again. And I don't really know how people are going to break through that, because like I just said, doing the same thing that people know, it's safe and it makes money. Almost always makes money. Come out with a new Star Wars, come out with a new superhero movie, come out with a redo of this, whatever. It almost always makes money. So I don't see why people don't just keep doing that formula when they need the money, right? Why not? We're rewarding them for it. And it's probably because we don't read. Because the populace doesn't read. The populace doesn't read, the elites aren't reading, the elites come out with garbage, and the populace goes, oh, I remember that from the 80s. I remember that from the 70s. There's not a whole lot of new popular things anymore. There's not like a new Star Wars, right? Or there's not like a new hot thing, right? There's not like a new, cinema, right? There's no new cinema. There's no new good things that are coming out. And I think that maybe it could be in part due to people's lack of reading and their imagination. This is all stuff I thought about last night or the night before or whatever. After I made that video, I thought, that's probably true. That's probably is going to be an issue, because picturing things in your mind, because words, right, are just representations of things in life, and your representation is it's activating your imagination to understand what that is. I was thinking, just to get information, right, videos probably are superior, or just to know something, videos are superior. But to activate your imagination, that's where we need reading. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.